Hang on a minute. What are you doing over there? You're normally there, but you're there. Good to see you. How are you? My name is Ben Moseby. Nice to be here with you. I must just say apologies for the fact that we weren't here in the last hour. We have these like pesky, crafty gremlins that kind of like roam around, and there's certain rules, isn't there? Like, don't get them wet, you know, don't feed them after midnight. Unfortunately, somebody left a bit of food out, they had a little snack, and they went wild. So yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to bring you the last show. However, the good news is, because we are very creative and we're very, very fast on our feet and thinking about things, we're going to take back to basics. We're going to take the masterclass that we've got now and we're going to smoosh it together and we're going to do a back to masterclass. Great minds, Johnny, great minds. So what we were going to feature in back to... Don't combine it that way, Johnny. Don't combine it that way. We'll keep it back to masterclass. Not the other way around, because we could get into all sorts of trouble there. I've just heard in my ear. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we were going to do with the guillotine in this show alongside the glossy highlights, which are also on this show as well. Lots of other stuff besides, including loads of cardstock, loads of paper pads too. So whatever you want to see, whatever you want to ask, and that's the whole thing about masterclasses, is that we give you the opportunity to ask those questions, get in touch, whether it be to do with anything on the show, or if you've got a crafty conundrum, get those questions in and we will aim to get them answered over the course of the next hour. It is not me though, on my own for this hour. I'm delighted to say that we have our newest recruit, who you will know if you joined in for Wake Up Call earlier on this morning. If you don't know, we have acquired the services of the marvellous, the wonderful Helen Kirkham. How are you? How's your day going?
I'm really good, but can I just say, because something about your beautiful speech there just really irritated me.
What?
Why do they say don't feed them after midnight? It's always after midnight.
Very good point.
It's literally always after midnight.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what that doesn't work. Gremlins don't feed them after midnight. It's always after midnight.
But I didn't make it up, did I? That's what they said in the thing. I tell you what else always annoys me as well. People who say, I don't have breakfast. Well, whatever you have for your first meal is always breakfast, because you're always breaking your fast. So unless you don't eat, you do always have breakfast.
Is that where it comes from?
Yeah,
break your fast?
Yeah, break fast.
Well, I never knew that.
Yeah,
That's
so people who say
amazing
they
piece
don't
of
have
information.
breakfast, they do have breakfast.
Ah.
They just have it at a different time, see?
Well, there you are.
We're always learning here, aren't we?
We are. What other pet peeves do you have? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, exactly right.
Let's not.
Apart from the gremlins, though, your day's going all right. You're having a good time so far.
It's going very kind. I mean, as I said, if you guys didn't want me on again, you could have just told me. You didn't need to like turn the whole thing off. No, jokes. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying myself. And everyone, can I just say, all the people that have messaged in, it's really like it feels really nice, and it makes me feel good that you're enjoying what I'm talking about. And hello to everybody that said hello.
Yeah, and if you do want to say hello, if you do want to welcome Helen, please feel free to do so on the socials. We have got Radical Rachel on the socials for this one. Trudy Bickham is in. Hello.
Hello.
Sandra Cuevas says hello from Orlando, Florida.
Oh,
Hello.
wow, cool.
Paul Peterson is in. Zoe Carver is in. And hello to Sandra, who says hello, Helen.
Hello.
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 So, 2 hero products to bring to you. Now, as I understand it, we've dropped these in price. However, they are only dropped in price up until midnight tonight. So, actually, take that back. The first item we're going to show you, which is the guillotine, you've got up until midnight to grab it. The glossy highlights, which we're going to come on to in just a little while, you've only got until the end of the show to grab those at 4 o'clock. So you are going to have to be super quick. First big deal that we've got is on the big guillotine, the large guillotine, and we'll talk around this with Helen without spoiling things too much for that big event which is coming up next month. We were all asked yesterday in an email to name some of our favourite products here at Crafters Companion. Obviously the MIDI was on my list, and this as well, the large guillotine, on my list too, because what you've got to think about here with the ability with this one is the ability to be able to cut up to 12 by 12 cardstock. You've got the extendable leg, which Helen will show you the other side. I've got limited camera space here, so I can't really extend the leg. It's the leg, the arm, whatever you want to call it, depending if you're Debbie Robinson or not. You've got the super sharp blade on this one as well, And true story, as we were chatting about in the previous show, you know, Leanne went to extreme lengths to make sure that you had the best blade as far as a guillotine could bring you. Went to a sword shop and was able to kind of, you know, talk to sword makers about the blades that they use and incorporate that into a guillotine. The other genius thing about this as well is the fact that you have got that integrated scoreboard. So as well as being able to cut all sorts of different materials, all sorts of different cardstock and paper, you've got the ability to be able to score it as well. You've got your measurements either side of the actual guillotine itself. You've got metric and imperial, and your little built-in score tool as well. And that's one of the things you touched on, Helen, wasn't it? Because, you know, again, you're coming to us today, trying out our products, and what you said about this is the fact that you loved it because A, the blade was so sharp, but also you've got that scoreboard incorporated in it as well. Yeah,
it's something I've never seen before, actually. I think it's really useful because some people have limited space.
Yeah.
And if you can take 2 tools and put them into one, then absolutely you're winning there. But also it means that if you are, for example, creating a card shape or something like that, you don't need to worry about moving this over to bring in your scoreboard and then maybe having to swap back and things like that. So I think in a way it kind of is going to save you time in the long run, having the 2 incorporated, definitely.
Yeah, it's a really clever idea. And as I say, what we've done just up until the end of play today is drop that price down for you. So rather than paying, what, $39.99, $59.99, sorry, my details are further along than they normally are. You now pay today £27.19 if you're platinum, or no, it's fine. I'm only doing it to take the mic. Or $40.79, but that price is only applicable up until the end of play. Any questions you've got, we're going to have a little play with this with Helen. Anything you want to ask about it, feel free to do so. Pat says hi to Ben and a big welcome to Helen from New Jersey.
Thank you.
Looking forward to learning so much from Helen. And Zoe says, you may be the craft expert, Helen, but you'll be amazed by the things we all learn from Crafters TV.
Yes, no,
yeah.
I mean, I think that's amazing. I've been watching recently and there's things that, you know, I've been doing this a while and even I don't know. I will never sit here and say that I know everything. I think it's important because I love to learn as well. So guys, if I say something and you go, well, actually this, get it in. We're sharing. It's a sharing kind of chit-chat thing. I love it.
I think that was more to the point, the fact that you learned about breakfast, as in being break your fast.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It wasn't like you will learn things about craft.
I will though. I will, Ben. I will, definitely.
I think the point was you will learn loads of stuff that you probably didn't want to learn, but you naturally will, because we talk about so much stuff here. Donna Sunshine says, welcome to Helen from Virginia.
Thank you.
Stephanie Theodore says, good morning to Ben. Welcome, Rachel. Welcome, Rachel. Oh, no. Welcome, Helen. Rachel, CTV team and friends from Farmingdale, New Jersey. Another sunny, warm, humid day. And Ash says, put your specs on, Ben. All right. To be honest, I haven't got long. I've only got short vision for like reading. So there, I'm a bit stuffed really. We'll get by. Right, let's get into this then. Shall we start doing some cutting with this?
Some cutting with a guillotine? What are we talking about?
Yeah, come on, let's have some fun.
Okay, so just quickly talk you around it before we cut. I just want to say something that I think is really important when it comes to using a guillotine, is that you obviously have your guard here, but this is an extended one, which is great, which means that you've got that little bit of extra space to play with, because obviously, as Ben pointed out, this is a very sharp blade. It's obviously from a, did you say created by a sword company, or they got advice from a sword company and then created it?
Sword makers to get advice on like blades and sharpness and all that kind of
amazing.
stuff. So yeah.
And this is also self-leveling as well, but I would always say if you're not using it, put it down. Okay, so keep it down. It is self-leveling, so if you're putting paper in and stuff like that, you're fine. But when you're not using it, pop it down, especially when you're using it as a scoreboard. I'm going to ask this question because I told to put it this way, but can I turn it the other way to cut it? Because this is really uncomfortable.
We're a bit limited to cameras again, guys.
You know, obviously you're not going to see it wholly. But so basically the idea is that you're just going to put whatever your material in is, and you've got measurements all along here. But what's special is this. You've also got an extender arm, and it's really important to tell you when you use an extender arm like this, that A, you put the little foot down, but B, I would always recommend not putting it on like a paper pad or your glass mat. You want it to be flat to your surface. It just gives you a better cut. And what's really special about this as well, that I love about the extender arm, is that not all guillotines come with the extender arm attached.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're detached, and so that means that you've then got to store that somewhere, whereas this easily pops back inside the guillotine itself, and you don't have to worry. So then you can just lift up your arm, pop in your paper, and I want it to be, say, 9 inches, so I go like this. And can I just say, that was just one finger. You didn't see it, but I mean, obviously I would always recommend using your hand, but it's so good even with just one. Sorry, I'm moving it along the thing. It's making some noise. So easily, beautiful cut every time as well. There's no feathering and things like that. Now, on my personal choice for cutting is always a guillotine. Now, there is obviously room in your craft room for a trimmer. There is room for all different tools. I'm not taking it away from the fact that a trimmer is amazing as well. But I always personally choose a guillotine. I just find that it creates a beautiful cut, and this is a wonderful cut. I don't have to worry, and as obviously because it's stainless steel, I haven't got to worry about it sort of blunting and things like that. And the fact that it folds away is brilliant because you can pop it away, but then the fact that you've got a score tool.
It's such a difference, isn't it, to have that incorporated?
It is, it's incredible. And again, remember, you've got all your measurements up here. So there we go. Got all your measurements up here. So I've cut this at 9 inches, but I want to score at 3. Not a problem. Really simple and easy. And then I'm just going to move this out of the way. And then once I've done that, I can fold it and I can use this tool. And I've got my score line there. Not a problem. Whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Score it back to front if I want to. It's up to you. And then I can go back in. I can either move it along and score it or whatever I want. Obviously it cuts if I bring in some other stuff. It cuts and scores on multiple paper types as well. I believe that you can cut up to like mount board.
Oh yeah, absolutely, you can.
It's that
mount
kind
board
of cut,
easily.
so it's not like, I mean, obviously this is probably, I don't know, at a 180 GSM, so obviously we're expecting it to cut through that. Absolutely not a problem.
But what I find as well is even if you're cutting off like just the tiniest slither, it gives you such a precise cut.
Look at that.
Just as you've done, see?
You know, that's was it?
No feathering, like we rehearsed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, tiny, thin piece, not a problem. And again, when you line up two ends, that's the sign of a good guillotine as well. If they ends match each other, it means that it stays where it is from the top cut to the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. I love the fact that maybe if you're into, say, quilling or something like that, you could cut your own strips.
Yeah.
You know, I love the fact that when you pull this away, you haven't got any feathering on your cardboard. That's what you want. I also love that, and I know, I'm going to be honest. I know you said the important words, but I can never remember what they are. So centimetres and inches is what it cuts in.
Oh, I said yes, imperial and metric for those who know important words like me.
And I was looking up the other day. I was looking at, like, obviously. One thing you'll learn about me is I love to do a bit of research. In fact, this is my little notepad here with my research. I'm a fan of that. I like to have the information about what I'm going to be talking about. Obviously, I love to get to use it, be able to touch it, play around with it, and that's amazing. But I said to my mum, what's the imperial and metric again? And she was like, what, Helen? I was like, what does that mean? She would just say centimetres and inches. I was like, fair enough. Let's keep it simple. But yeah, as I said, and again, like I said, it's the blade is self-supporting.
Yep.
So it will stay there if you're messing about, no problem. And again, let's do this cut as well. So 9 inches again. I don't know why I've chosen 9 inches and then 3 inches each time, but whatever. And we can score, we can fold.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Like that. We could even then bring it in and I don't know, say score at 6 inches. Not a problem. So if we do that, we fold it the opposite
It's a great
way
way as well. If you look at the price today, if you consider that you're getting a two for really, two tools, aren't you, for the price of one, scoreboard and a guillotine. So it's a great opportunity if you are fairly new, you know, you're looking for core craft room tools, this is definitely one to go for. And that price today is not to be sniffed at. Because, like I say, Helen, if you are just starting off, you've got the ability to score and cut in one fell swoop. And look at that, little mounting card.
Yeah. Really simple. I mean, I cut it to 9 inches, scored at 3 and 6, and then even, because again, this is what I love about a guillotine, being able to take it in and angle it, because you can really, I know this sounds funny and it might be really obvious to some people, but the fact that the board goes all the way down means that I've got all that space to line and put my card in at a divide as well. I did that over what you were saying and I didn't hear what you said. What did you just say, Ben?
What, just then?
Before I did the card, because I was messing about. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying how you got a twofer. It's a two for the price of one. So
absolutely.
if you're new,
yeah, sorry,
like you're
yes.
going to need a trimmer, like you said, or a guillotine. But here you've got a guillotine and something that scores in one fell swoop. So you don't have to fork out a lot of money today for, I mean, I would say this, but for the best guillotine, I think, in the industry.
And let's not forget, I mean, if we want to be really, really like sort of pedantic about it, you also get a bone folder.
You do.
So there you go. It's almost 3 products.
Yeah. So you get a threefer.
Threefer!
But only at that price today, up until midnight. So £27.19p, $40.79. It's absolutely worth going for. Again, you know, if you already have one of these, maybe think of a crafty friend who's just starting out. Maybe you've only got the small guillotine. You know, that one I always think is quite a nice one to have as a portable item to take with you. You know, maybe if you're going away, maybe if you're going to a friend's house. This is the one that's going to live in the craft room and allow you to cut up to 12 by 12, as I said. So absolutely worth having this alongside the smaller guillotine if you've already got that. And as we said, in the best of worlds, you'd have your guillotine to do the majority of your cutting, and you have your paper trimmer as well, your 3x12 paper trimmer, great for like gutting out your cardstock too. So there's lots of reasons to have all of these things, but a brilliant opportunity to grab this at that price today. A few quick comments, and then we've got another little demo with this. Hi to Hannah, who says, it's Kirkham. Hannah Gosling-Smith. Very excited that Helen has a new crafty home. I've enjoyed you in your previous lives. How is your mum enjoying the car park? She's in a hotel.
She's in a hotel today. Lucky mum. Yeah, I didn't make her sit in the car. I did make her drop me off and she will pick me up, so it's not like she's getting away on some free holiday. No,
Calista says, morning, glad to see you all back on the air. Yeah, we've managed to bop a few of those gremlins. Hi to Karen. And Karen, so Karen Austin, Karen Hughes says, good afternoon to Ben, Helen, and all a big welcome up north, Helen. I love the leaf that you made this morning as I'm waiting for my dad to arrive and cannot wait to play. Doris A says, I love my guillotine and use it every day. You've got another little tip to show us.
I just wanted to let you know, if you're getting this home, just pushing down and you just kind of go in with the extender. So it is just a push down and a kind of clip like so. So don't be worried if you have to be a little bit to push it in. That's just making sure that it doesn't fall out when you're carrying it around and things. So it's just push the thing down, push the extender arm and then push it back in. So if you're concerned and you're thinking, well, how do I get it back in? Just push it down first before you push it in.
I'm so glad you call it an arm as well. We all call it an arm, right? Apart from one person who we know, Debbie Robinson, who calls it the extendable leg.
Oh, a leg?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Although she's kind of right, because as you referred to it, the little bit that you put down to make sure it's all level, you said you put the foot down.
Yes.
So, but we'll not tell Debbie that.
But it's an interesting thing, because people always call the sides of your glasses arms.
Arms.
And actually they're sides, they're not arms. When you go to an optician, these are sides, not arms. So I think that there's no problem with calling whatever works for you.
Exactly. There you go. Learning something new every day, not just about craft. $27.19 platinum price, $40.79 if you are in the US and you're a platinum member. Karen says, I have both small and large guillotines as well as a trimmer, use them every day. Just going back to what I was saying a few moments ago, this is the one you'll keep in place in your craft room. The smaller one is your portable one, then you've got your paper trimmer alongside that, particularly to do all of your gutting. I know a lot of people like to use the paper trimmer to do their kind of, what's that?
I hate that word. Gutting.
Sorry about
Gutting the centre of your card. It's so awful. It sounds terrible. Just cutting out the middle of my card or the paper, whatever. Not gutting it. Sounds so aggressive.
There used to be a word that annoyed somebody else who used to work here, and now I know that that word annoys you. I'm going to use it all the time. Sorry, I'm gutted that you don't like the word gutting.
Do you know what other word really irritates me? When people put amazing in front of my name and they say amazing Helen all the time, that really irritates me too.
I would love that.
I would too, but you said you're going to say it over and over again.
Oh. Thank you, Helen.
Sorry, so thank you who? Sorry, now what? Thank you.
Let's gut on to the next thing we're going to show you, which is the glossy highlights. This is a hero product for this show. only until 4 o'clock. So you've got 41, no you haven't actually, you've got 40 and a half minutes to get this at this price, and you don't get one, you get two. Is it a buy one get one? No, it isn't, is it? It's £8 or $9.20 is the price for this. So normally it would cost you £12, $14. You're getting 2 bottles of your glossy highlights. This is a brilliant medium to have to give you a glossy finish, like a shiny finish. I always think this is good for things like, you know, if you're wanting to kind of bring like berries to life, or like, you know, like raindrops or snowflakes, these kind of things. It kind of lifts an illustration off a page almost, doesn't it? Absolutely.
I think it kind of brings it a little bit more to life. Yeah. So adding that beautiful shine, and just like you say the berries on a or like a baubles on a Christmas tree, or if you've got sorry? A balloon? Yeah, or you've got like jam or honey dribbling or something. You could put it over there and it gives it that kind of cool gloss. I think it's they're really lovely as well, because if another thing to try, get yourself a sort of miniature circle, put 2 little dots in it, put the gloss all over the top, and you're making your own little buttons and things like that. That's quite a fun way to do it. But when it comes to the glossy highlights, what I would recommend is I personally would keep it upright. So what you don't want to find yourself doing is shaking the pot, because sometimes that can encourage bubbles, and that's quite frustrating. If you do get bubbles in your glossy, sort of wherever you've put it on your glossy highlights, don't worry about it. Take a pin or a very fine pokey tool and just pop those bubbles before you sit and let it dry, and they'll be fine. But it's just a little bit of a tip. So it's really simple. You're just going to take the lid off, and I've got some coloured paper and some white paper here just to show you. Now you're just going to drop it down however much you want. I mean, if you wanted to do little balls and stuff like that, and then add maybe alcohol ink over the top, you could change the colour. But what I always find is easy is if you just pop down whatever you want to do, and then almost give it a little bit of a spin over the top so that it sits there perfectly. Otherwise, sometimes when you drag away, you get like a little edge, so it becomes like a semicolon or something. Is that right? Semicolon. And then obviously when you are doing it on, this works in the same way. But what I've done here, so just spin it around in the same way, but what I've done here is I've just taken a little image and just coloured in 2 of the balls, just to show you that you can absolutely paint sort of with it as well. So if you wanted to kind of add a little bit and almost use the nib to kind of paint it across, but remember to kind of finish it off. And then one thing that I always love to do when I use glossy highlights, this is a really fun little technique. So what I've got here, I mean, please forgive me, I know it looks messy, okay, but that's kind of the point here, and I'll explain. I'm just going to take a pen, it doesn't really matter what colour you're using. So we've got our little leaf here, and as you can see, what I've done is stuck the leaf to a piece of white card and just cut it out so it's the same shape, but so we've got a background. And then I'm just going to take my alcohol marker, and I'm just going to, it doesn't really matter where I go, I'm just going to find this space here. Ignore that I'm going over the lines, do not worry, you'll see why I'm happy to go over the lines in a moment. So let's just do a couple. And you can see I've started here. Now I would recommend, if you're going to use it, to sit and let it dry. I mean, I don't know, like, you know, sort of 6 hours or something would probably do it. But what I always think is best is do whatever the project you're doing and then just leave it on the side overnight, and you should be fine when it comes back. So I've just coloured in, and again, I understand, Helen, you've gone over the lines. I know, I absolutely know I have. So I'm just going to come in and add some glossy accent like so around the edge, and then I'm just going to come in with the nib and just do almost kind of like a painting action, really. You don't need a lot. Don't be tempted to stick a load down onto your project, because not only does that sort of take longer to dry, you might find that it dries on top and caves inside if you put too much on. So I always say go back and add once it's dry if you need it to be bigger, but I've never needed to do that. And if you want to,
you can add things like your glitter in there as well, can't you?
Absolutely, before it's dried. Why not? Because I mean, I know that some people use these as, and they can be sort of a type of glue.
Yeah, as adhesive.
So it's not like we're talking about it. I mean, I've mostly talked about it, and Ben's mostly talked about it as kind of a covering, an enhancement to something. But absolutely, it works in the way of a glue as well. So once I'm happy that I've got these done, I'm not going to do them all. Oh, and just so you know, obviously you can see that it's got kind of a sort of creamier, like it's a slightly, I don't know, it's not clear. I don't know what you'd call it. It's got a sort of almost a creamy
misty,
tinge to it. Yeah, and that's completely normal because it will absolutely dry clear. So let's not go on. You don't need to see me to put them all on. But the idea is once I've done that, I'm going to sit and I'm going to let this dry. And then I will literally come back in with another one of our leaves. And you'll see whether you do it. I'll do it with the white first. And you can build this up as big as you want. You put it over the top, exactly onto the image. And what you have, obviously it's a bit tricky for me because I'm not actually sticking it on down. But when I line it up, it gets rid of any marks where I've gone, is that close enough to see? It gets rid of any lines where I've gone over the line with the pen and kind of covers it completely. And what it does, once it's completely dry, and if you did the whole thing, it gives it a really cool, like stainless steel window kind of look. So as if you've gone in and like done it with a glass work, because you've got the colour behind it. And it's just a fun little technique. Obviously I'm holding it in place.
Cloudy's the word we were looking for. Thank you, Christine.
Who?
Cloudy.
Cloudy, absolutely.
Not
Perfect
misty,
word.
cloudy.
Absolutely perfect word.
Yeah.
Cloudy, it is, it's cloudy. So the idea is that once you've done it, you cover up your workings with the other one. And like I say, multiple layers. And you've got a really fun sort of, like I say, stainless steel window look. And it's another kind of way to step up using your glossy highlights. So this is a really great product, and I think sometimes we forget, and I know I do all the work, I cut out, I die cut, I create the image, but I forget to do like the embellishments at the end. I don't think about the ribbons or the gems and things like that. And I think this is a really great way, if you're someone who doesn't want to invest in a load of gems and things like that, it's a great way to do it at sort of like a pretty ending to your card.
Absolutely. It's a really good deal today as well. Karen says, I love glossy highlights. I like to put raindrops on flowers, eyes, and everything you just said. It's great because it stays clear. And Rachel, who's on the socials, says, this is her son, Teddy. Teddy is now shouting, gutting, loudly in my ear. He's just learnt a new word. Lol.
Oh, that's really funny.
There's a question as well on the guillotine. Sharon says, how would you cut paper less than 1 inch? I do think like the paper trimmer is probably easier for that. But on here, potentially, because I know that the measurements stop, don't they, at 1 inch. But you could potentially line it up on your scoreboard, couldn't you? And then bring in a craft knife to cut it? Yeah,
I mean, like less than 1 inch, I might work it out the other side.
Yeah.
Cut from the other way instead. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, and even if you wanted to, you could you could look at the markings, find out the place where you want to cut it and score on there, and then just cut the score line. Yeah. I mean, it's worth, because yes, obviously it ends at just past 1 inch, because the end of the board is the end of the zero, if you will. But yeah, if I was trying to work out a different measurement that doesn't quite work with that, I would probably use the scoreboard, because you could literally score anywhere on the board that you wanted. You just pick 2 different measurements between.
All ways around it, but a good question. Hopefully that's helped you out there, Sharon. Sorry, I keep looking at the wrong camera. You're there, aren't you? Not there. It's very off-putting. There. Right, if you want to grab that, that is... Oh, you changed it. £8, I think it was. Or £10. $9.20, there we go, for your glossy highlights. Right, what we've done in this show, if you have just joined us, we had Gremlins earlier on, so we've squeezed everything we were going to do into one show. Back to Basics is now back to Masterclass, and one of the things we were going to show you again are these fall and pumpkin dies. These have been super popular, so much so there are no bundles available anymore. We've only got the individuals available for you. So the leaf is the first one. I think just a really fantastic couple of dies you've got here, and this is what you can achieve with this, in the fact that you've got that beautiful leaf die itself in here, and then you've got the edge to this too, so you can create, you know, these as edgeables. You know, you can cut these out in total and use them as toppers. You can use the waste portions, as you saw a little bit earlier on, to create things like your shaker cards if you want to. Use them for stencils, but the actual die itself, really lovely size, and then all this detailing. It's almost like it's been hand drawn in there, almost like doodled in. Paper piece if you want, colour if you want, back it onto some acetate, you know, and add your colours in that way. Just such a versatile set that you've got for a really good price today, £11.99 or £13.56. That's what your card's going to look like if you're just using that outer die to cut the shape in. So that's your intricate fall leaf, and then you've also got your intricate pumpkin as well. And this is the good thing, you know, we were talking about this earlier on, in the fact that yes, pumpkins for Halloween, okay, normally we talk scary pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, those kind of things. This is a much more kind of like beautiful, delicate pumpkin, if you like, great for those harvest festival cards, fall cards, Thanksgiving cards. And as we saw earlier on, you know, you can use these right throughout the year as well, just change up the colours to the particular person you're using these for. Again, paper piecing opportunities, colouring opportunities. You will get that outer die as well, so you can cut that shape into your actual card blank if you then want to line the actual pumpkin up onto the card itself. £11.99 again for that one, or $13.56. Either or indeed jump in and grab both of those. I think we are all up to date as far as the comments are concerned. Any more questions you've got? Obviously talking about guillotines, anything else about glossy highlights, anything about the dies you've got on the show, feel free to fire those questions in as we head into the last half hour of the show. Just to mention as well, join us tonight live at 5 when Leanne will be here for an hour-long UK clearance show. I believe it is going to be stock versus clock. There will be a clock on the screen. We'll be counting down the time. I think there are about 40 items to get through in that time. You're going to have to be quick as well, because some of the deals, producer Johnny was taking me through them earlier, insane. UK viewers, spread the word tonight at 5. Right, we are going to get into a little demo with the dies. So you're going to demonstrate the pumpkin this time?
Yes, I'm going to do the pumpkin. Just to let you know, so obviously we're talking about the fact that you can cut in the side. Can you see that? You can cut in the side like that. But also you can, because the Gemini is so amazing, you can absolutely cut all the way through. So you don't have to, you don't have to, I was going the wrong way. You don't have to think it just is one side. Obviously you can cut all the way and have a really cool shaped card. But what I thought we'd do is show a different way that you can do it. So those two are sort of the ways that I would imagine that we're going to do it. But I want to show you another way as well. Yeah. So what I've got here, I've got my scoreboard, and I'm just going to score my card at 3 inches. So let's do it this way. I don't know why I'm doing it the other way. It's much easier to do this way. So I'm going to just score at 3 inches on my card. Okay, so there's my scoreboard. As you can see, it's got my name on it. I don't know why I found that funny, but
you label everything.
I do label a lot of stuff. I love a little label maker. So what I've done is I've scored it that way, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our plates, and we're going to take the outside edge here of our die. Now this is a 6x6 card, and again, just like the leaf, I believe that this is 5.1 is the largest die. Okay. So you will see that when I place this down, obviously it's going to, again, be bigger than the outside edge. But in this instance, I'm not going to snip it like I was talking with the other one. I want it to be that. So I'm going to come in with this and make sure that I've got it fairly central, and then put this in place. Because if I didn't do this, you might find that the card goes twisted. So just make sure that you've got your, this is tricky, but look at that. Go on, Helen. Yes!
Yeah!
And I'm just going to pop that down to hold it in place.
Okay. Hi to Nicole, brother Rick Rack, who's joined us as well. Says hello and welcome, Helen.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, everyone, and a happy afternoon. That's our Nicole, who is saying welcome. Feel free to fire any questions, by the way. Ellen's joined us. This is only her second ever show on Crafters TV. So feel free to send in welcomes and well dones, and any questions you want to ask Helen at all, feel free to. I'm happy to pose them. She said she might answer some of them, maybe not all of them, though, depending on what they are. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, you will learn about me that it's very difficult to like offend me or upset me. So. Most questions are pretty fine.
Okay. I mean, don't use that as a challenge to try and do that. Just to
you can take that as a challenge. Absolutely, it's up to you. That is your choice.
Yeah.
Like I say, I am not offended by most things, but I'm also not embarrassed enough to say I ain't answering that. Yeah. So either way.
So be as nosy as you like.
So there we have our card. Now, this is something that I will tell you is something that I always think about, and I didn't think about it just like then because we were talking about, make sure if you are cutting, and you'll see it just there, I don't know if you can see it, if you're cutting something that you plan to keep the whole thing, just make sure that your bottom plate of your die is clean and hasn't got any little marks on it.
Yeah.
Because I left a piece of the leaf from before in it, so it's made a dent, but it doesn't matter. You can always cover it because I'm going to put a matten layer anyway, so no biggie. Right, so once we take our little thing off here, and again, because I'm keeping all the elements, I said this in the previous show, sometimes when you use low tack tape, the pressure can make it higher tack tape. So
you
just
can
be aware.
de-tack it a bit, right, before you use it?
Stick. And also, of course, the more you use it, slightly less tacky it becomes. So maybe think about if you are sending it through and you want each element to use pieces that you've used before.
That's why you stick yours to the desk, isn't it, after you've used it, so you can reuse it?
One of those things where I just did it new, didn't I? You saw me.
Yeah.
So I probably should have just used my piece that I had from the previous show. But there we go. So I'm just gently taking that off so I don't tear my paper, because as I said, it has become slightly higher tack. So there we go. No biggie. And then again with this one, just go in with my pokey tool. There we are. Gently does it to take that off.
Perfect.
And then what we've got, if I take that away, we've got a fun fold.
Oh, nice.
Because it goes like this.
Oh, that's cool.
So you've gone, sorry guys, you've gone in like that and it becomes a fun fold, sort of the opposite way to just cutting it, you see?
Yeah.
And that's why I'd always score it first, because otherwise you might end up putting the die on slightly at an angle, and then your card will become an angle as well. But what we can do now is we can start cutting our elements. So I've got some orange card here, and I'm going to cut out our lovely pumpkin.
Are you a big Halloween fan? Do you Halloween or not really?
So in our family, we do celebrate Halloween quite a lot because one of my nieces' birthdays is on Halloween.
Oh, nice.
So we always celebrate her birthday.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time we do dressing up.
Yeah.
So I've been many different characters, but in recent years, this is funny actually, in recent years, I don't know if you've ever seen Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
So in recent years, I wanted Bette Midler's costume.
Oh, yeah.
But the one I got was like super expensive to be more realistic.
Yeah.
And so for like the last 3 years, I've worn the same costume because I want to get as much use out of it as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do. I've been Tigger. I've been, another one is, we were supposed to go as unusual costumes.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of going as a witch, I went as the witch's broom.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I had like a grass skirt that I dipped in tea.
Yeah. Oh, right,
You know, to make it darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Was that like a Halloween competition you went to dressed as a broom? Because if it was, you'd have swept the board.
Funny. Oh dear. No, it was a family competition. Can I just say as well, this is the sign of a good die and a good die cutting machine. Other than a few pieces, that's come out absolutely stunningly. So I'm just going to use my pokey tool just to push those little extra bits. But that is beautiful.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
It is really amazing. And I think the thing is, again, when it comes to crafting, you need your tools to work hard for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing, is you want to be able to, okay, I know it's only a piece of paper, and if something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. But let's be honest, we want it to be as easy and as simple as possible so that we can do the fun parts. And I will clean that out later, don't worry. If you saw the previous show where I left it in, I always clean it out. I just can't be bothered to do it right this second. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our... Have we still got this nice paper on the show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to take some of this. Now, this is kind of twofold if you want to do this. You can either stick it straight down and cut around it, or you could use the die, draw around it and then cut it out. It's kind of up to you. So I'm going to just draw around it because I find that the easiest.
Yeah.
And also when you draw around the die, separate to sticking paper and then cutting out, is you get the lip, because obviously the die is slightly bigger than the cut it's made, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then we'll just get some scissors. I think we had some smaller scissors here because I prefer the
4.5
smaller
inch
snippy
snips.
ones.
They're all in stock currently, I think, all
Perfect.
the scissors.
These are very nice size as well for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I always say, if you are doing any kind of cutting, fussy cutting in any kind of way, the easiest thing is to move the paper.
Yes.
Rather than move the scissors. And I do apologise if I'm telling anything to anyone that already knows this.
It's all
but,
good
you
to
know,
remind us, I think, and that's what these masterclasses are about as well. You know, we're talking to everybody, not just, I suppose, people who are experienced crafters, but it's always good to have that reminder, I think.
Absolutely, and I think sometimes, you know, we, like I said in the wake-up call, sometimes this could be first, second, third show of viewing in, and so these things of maybe, you know, you don't know. I haven't done this, I didn't know. And I was one of those people when I started out. I really, as I said, you know, one tool I bought first of all, but I had no idea what a die cutting machine was, you know, the idea of fussy cutting or anything like that. So, hey. Right, just get rid of that.
Nice.
Scissors. And then what we can do...
Scissors!
Scissors, I don't know what I went there. That was very interesting. Scissors! And then, oh, I see, like, I've left a couple of little pieces in. Let's get those out, because we should. And again, what I'm going to use, because for me, it's like been, what would you say? It's been like amazing, is this.
Ah, yes.
I mean, simple things, Ben. This is, I mean, I've come here and I've seen some absolutely incredible tools. The Gemini 2 is fabulous. But for me, when you've got a tape pen like this that makes your life so easy, whoa.
In stock on the screen. I suppose we're so used to seeing it day in, day out.
Absolutely.
You know, we're just a bit like blasé about it now.
No, for me, I was like, oh, look. When I got sent them, obviously I got sent this one and the standard one. And I was like, oh, look, they've got pictures on. That's very nice, decorative pictures. Yeah. And then I realised, oh, that's not decorative. This is solid, exactly, and this is dotty. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. It just shows you, you know, I was like, hey, that is cool.
And that second one that you picked up, so the one you got in your hand now is like the original design.
Oh, okay.
We had, and so that's the one you've got in your right hand is the, yes, but they're both dotties. But the one you've got in your right hand is a refillable one.
Oh, I see.
But that is a tape pen. I'm going to come over now. I'm coming over. I'm traversing the studio.
You can't open it, so once one and done is what you're saying.
So we had, that was the original make, if you like. So we had that in dotty and in straight.
Yep.
And so these ones, what do you call them? Refillable. So you take that off.
Oh.
And then you take, hang on, put that bit there. And you open them up, he says. There you go.
Oh, that's what these are for then, over here.
Yeah.
New bits.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's for the purple one.
Bit, so yeah, you keep that bit there and you just put the new bit back on, you see.
Much more eco-friendly.
Yeah, and there's more on there than there is on that one, because you get more on a roll there.
Oh.
30 metres, I think, isn't it? And then
I
that
have
one
to say, I mean,
22.
It's only been like, what, have I been here a couple of hours? But it's very weird that you're now here.
I'm going now. I just you know, do bits and I come over now and again, so just get used to it. No word of a lie. The last time we were stood like this together on another show,
oh yes,
you pushed me off the set.
No, that is not accurate. That is not an accurate representation.
Like, what are you doing? Get away.
That is not an accurate representation of what happened. So we were doing whatever, you know, la 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 la, and you were, and I had to go like that, and I said, Ben, could you just move over a little bit, and you did what now?
I went over the other side of the studio.
Like mileage away.
It's not like me to make a big deal of things, is it? Like make a mountain out of a molehill.
Hey, I don't also defend myself very often, but I was extremely polite. Okay, it wasn't like, get your filthy mitts off me. You know, I was like, could you just move over a tiny bit, please?
She did. She said, get your filthy mitts off me and stand the other side of the studio. Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
funny. Get your filthy. I don't know where that came from.
I liked it though. I liked it.
That's so funny.
Oh dear.
And then what we're going to do is we're just going to line it up.
And we never worked together again. This is the first time. It's amazing we're getting on so well.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Laugh.
Right, so we just line that up beautifully, and there we have it. And then what we can do is what I've done somewhere, she says. Oh yes, I already pre-cut it. So I've got some of the one of Ben's favourite.
Yeah.
So we've got the amethyst here. And again, I'm just matting and layering that on some craft card. Can I say something, if I'm going to like get on top of a soapbox here or something, I'm going to say craft card for me is like the underrated workhorse of the craft world.
Right.
I love craft card. And oh, this is empty. I love craft card. I'll just be naughty and use the dotty one. You absolutely don't need to.
People only use it at Christmas, don't they? And
I'm like, what, craft card?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so versatile. I think when we think about, a lot of the time when we go to a mat and layer, automatically we think of black card.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, I'll have a little tub of craft card and it kind of just calls to me and says, Helen, use us. And so sometimes I think about it and I think I must. And so, yes, it's the unsung hero of the craft world is craft card. It is so versatile and it is really manageable for like construction as well.
What is your unsung hero in the comments? Let us know. I would say, up until recently, embossing folders was mine. I always think embossing, as we chatted earlier on about embossing folders. Yeah. Or they were one of those things that were always put in like the background rather than being like the star of the show. Yeah, I agree with that. The dotty tape pen is my absolute favourite, says Mary Pat. Yeah, brilliant bit of kit. And Mimi George says, Ben, has this already been asked as I'm late to the party? Could you bring, I'm not explaining this, I'll have to do this off air. Could you bring Bar Big Head to Crafterganza? That show was brilliant, almost laughed as hard as the one as I did with Belvis.
Bar Blackhead, did you say?
Bar Big Head.
Big Head.
It's too long of a story to tell. It's a project I made when I was on a show with Sheila. It's in the back of my car, Mimi George, funnily enough. So if you remind me nearer the time, I will bring Bar Big Head to Crafterganza. That sounds strange and amazing all at the same time. Exactly. That was a show that I crafted on. I was trying to make a sheep, which ended up looking like a bird, basically. What? Big head. It was supposed to be a sheep, and it ended up looking like a bird. So basically, I'm going to describe it now. So we have this. So it was a set where you could make your own Santa, a die set. But we decided to take Santa's beard. Have a look at this first and I'll finish. Look at that. So obviously, again, like I was saying, we could get our glossy accents in, we could put little bits inside, we could put some gems down, maybe some ribbons, but I just wanted to show how very simply you can make a sort of slightly different fun fold card. And you'll probably learn the more I come back, I absolutely love a shaped card or a fun fold, because what we could do, now this is just the basic front part of it, but the idea is that you could then do this side as well. You know, when you do a shaped card, there's more kind of elements that you could do. Yeah. So, but just really fun and simple, fun little shaped card with that gorgeous pumpkin intricate die and those gorgeous paper pads as well. And the unsung hero of the craft world, craft card. Unsung hero, and she sung it, craft card. Yeah, so anyway, Bar Big Head. So we were crafting with this set, so you make your own Father Christmas. Okay. So there was obviously this die for his beard. Right. But then Sheila came up with the idea of using the beard to create a sheep. Oh, cool. Which we thought was a pretty cool idea. So I was over there crafting with her, and as mine went along, it started resembling more a cockatoo. So it's not funny unless you're watching the show. So I was like, oh, it's bar, you know, like the sheep. But then I created it. It looked more like a bird with a big head. Hence, we named him Bar Big Head. It's like you have to watch the show to watch it. I'm gonna go because how long are they up for on YouTube? Forever. Oh, like forever. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have a look at that. Yeah, yeah. Brilliant. What was the show called? The Bar Big Head Show. It definitely wasn't called that. I can't remember. I would have noticed. It was a show with Sheila. It was I'm sure it was a Crafty Stash or something. Or okay. I'll show you after the show anyway. It's in the car. It's in the car. It wasn't. It was a craft along. It was a craft along. Right, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know, Ben? I find birds absolutely terrifying. Really? Terrified of birds. All birds. I've been attacked like bunches of times by pigeons. I remember this conversation. Yeah, so I wear my hair up in a ponytail quite often, or a bun, and a seagull. We were walking along. I think it was like in Dorset somewhere. We were walking along, and I was eating a burger. And this seagull came down, and actually close up, they're really big. Yeah. It got caught, its talons got caught in my hair,
going for the burger. So it was like this. And then my mum just walked over and ripped out my hairband and it flew away. But it never got my burger. But yeah, and I've been pooped on by birds as well. So I'm very terrified of birds.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about the seagulls that are very big around here and the one who comes to the door and taps on the door.
No way. Oh, I would be hiding in a room somewhere. I am terrified of them. And seagulls are quite scary birds. Helen! Helen!
We're going to get on, aren't we? I mean, we always did get on, but we're going to get on. Yeah, look out. You don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps. 11th of August was the Bar Big Head show.
11th of August, I'm going to go back and watch that on YouTube because all of these shows are viewable again. So if you want to watch all this silly chit-chat, you can.
Love a bit of craft card, says Hannah. It's your great neutral. I love it. I use it a lot. Avril says, the Dotty tape pen and guillotine now in my basket. Nice one. Craft card was always one of those card stocks at the bottom of my stash, but now I use it all the time. Mimi George says, done. Mimi George, I love this. Maybe Bar Big Head could be the Moseby's makes. You are so funny and quick on your feet. Can you tell everybody else that, Mimi? That would be marvellous. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I'll suggest it to Leanne for my little class at Crafterganza. Come and make your very own Bar Big Head.
Are you doing a class?
Apparently.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting.
It's your money you're spending. If you want to spend your money on making a Bar Big Head, just let me know.
I think that you are going to get people flocking to do that. To make the sheep.
Right, pads, warm tone and cool tone. So here we go. This is the 12 by 12 ombre glitter card, $11.99 or $15.99. or $15.99. Sorry, but no. Laura's just she's finally watched. Laura's just come in. I'm doing running after the shows tonight. She's just dropped my running kit in. It's mine. It's fine. She's actually seen me in action. Only 5 seconds. She looked at me. She went, and then walked off. Wow, bit of support. Come on. She could have come in. No, she would hate that. My Laura would hate that.
After you say that, I spoke to my mum.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that you'd suggest the sheep came on, and she just went, no. That was it. That was her answer. No.
Laura's worst nightmare would be to do something like this, or she said, like, standing up in front of like a room full of people to talk. No.
Do you know what? I've heard in the past, actually, people that really are fearful of that sort of thing and then maybe are forced to do it are actually usually very, very good.
Yeah.
So if you're on holiday, maybe, or you could do a Mr. and Mrs. handover type situation.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Mr. and Mrs. Anyway, warm tones, ombre glitter pad. Absolutely fantastic. You know me, a big fan of our glitter card stock because, of course, with the glitter card, I'll show you in a second, it's encapsulated, isn't it? So if you're one of these people that doesn't like the feel of glitter or you just get bored of glitter going everywhere, this doesn't. It includes 24 single-sided sheets. You've got 4 designs, 6 of each, and it is beautifully ombreed. Tell me that is not amazing. I mean, how stunning is that? It's just incredible, this cardstock.
Yeah, it always makes you, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's really pretty.
That, I don't know why, reminds me of David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust.
Oh, what, across the eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So that's your first design.
That's my favourite.
Is it?
Yes, because purple, without a doubt, is my favourite colour, and I just love the change there. It feels like the changing of the seasons or something. It's really pretty.
I'm getting sort of cosmos vibes with that, cosmic vibes.
Oh, it reminds me of when you get the sunset at, like on the beach or something. Yeah. You get that kind of purple haze.
Purple haze. I like this game. What about that one?
Do you know what it does remind me of? This is really bad, but it reminds me of when you look down at a hot dog bun.
What?
Like when you look down into a hot dog bun. I don't know, you asked. What? I wish I hadn't asked now. Looking down into a hot dog bun, and I've just heard in my ear, it reminds me of peach fuzz. Right, moving on.
Moving
What
on.
a fun game. Do you know what I think would work really beautiful with this one? You know the family dies?
Yeah.
If you cut the family dies like maybe just the guy or just one individual, and it would be a wonderful retirement card or something, then walking into the sunset.
Oh yeah, that's quite nice. It's really thick as well. This is, I think it's 250, I want to say.
Wow.
210. It's 210. So you get 24 sheets in there, $11.99 or $15.96. If you like warm tones, that's your one. If you prefer more sort of cool tones, hey, I'm cool toned, then
Cool tone.
cool. Oh yeah.
That reminds me of an ice rink.
Yep, I get that actually. Yep.
Better than the hot dog, yeah? Hot dog roll.
We've got, did you say the 6x6 is available as well? Right, so these are obviously the 12x12s. That is beaut. Look at the colours there.
That is beautiful.
Absolutely, yeah. I was just about to go down the Aurora Borealis route there. And look,
Yeah.
you see you've got that glitter sparkle, but it's all encapsulated. There's a lot of people funny with the feel of glitter, isn't there? So.
I think, yes, people hate that. Sometimes people hate the feel of glitter, but also they hate when you take up a new paper pad and there's just glitter everywhere already before you even start. That's annoying. So having it encapsulated is so good.
And it still die cuts wonderfully for you, still scores wonderfully as well. That one's got vibes of like, sort of like space, if you know what I mean. Like that's the sort of, like the planet.
You could look like an astronaut flying off somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he shouldn't be without a ship, but yeah.
Yeah. And then, ooh.
That's pretty. That reminds me of like when you go to like a party and you get the light shining on the ceiling. I think that's really nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I think the fact that we see lots of different things means that these pads will work for lots of different celebrations because you'll see different things each time. And of course, being 12x12, you're going to get a lot out of that.
That's it. And like you say, because you've got all those different ombre colours in there, you've got the opportunity, especially if you get both the cool tone and the warm tone, you can mix and match this up with lots of different collections and different papers that you'll have. So it's a real good opportunity to jump in and get both. The 6x6 is available for you. Maybe if I took my glasses off, I would see the hot dog, says Zoe Carver. Pat, says Ben. No, Ben, says Pat. I did not realise you will be doing a class in Texas. How exciting. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know. I didn't actually know I was going to Texas until I came back from the holiday. But I am. Potentially, I'm doing maybe not all the classes that everybody else is, but maybe like a few, if you know what I mean. Because there's more. It's a little bit up in the air, but I'll be there. So it all depends on what Sarah wants to do, basically. But I might get to do one or two. I think I will be doing the evening entertainment though. So that's more my bag, right? So look out for that. If you're doing Bar Big Head, you better have a cowboy hat on, says Pat. I'm definitely getting a Stetson. I'm with Laura on that, says Trudy. I don't ever want to be the centre of attention. And Trudy says, I saw the hot dog too.
Yay, thank you so much. I appreciate the support.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And big thank you to Helen for the first day. You've done it, Helen.
Yay!
You've got through your first day.
And they're letting me come back another day. Woohoo!
Yes. Are you definitely going to come back? I haven't put you off.
No, I definitely come back. No, I'm definitely coming back. I'm very, very excited.
And what you got up your sleeve tomorrow?
Something I'm super, super excited about is we're going to do a class, and I believe, and I suppose once I've said it, he has to, Ben's going to do the class with me as well, where we're going to use the classic pens. Now, I am a huge fan of the tri-blends, and so I feel like this is a really great connection to those pens too. So if you're into colouring, you like your alcohol markers, tune in and we'll have some fun. And I find colouring quite sort of relaxing, and you know, it's a nice thing to do just to sort of chill.
Make sure you're back with us tomorrow then for a fantastic day. And who's in an hour's time? Chibs is coming through. Let us know in the comments if you're going to be watching me and Chibs for an hour of UK clearance. 1 hour, but 40 items. You'll have to be quick if you want to pick up these deals. They are insane. We'll see you in an hour's time. Until then, bye for now.